Guys, just slow down a minute. Slow down. You're coming at me too fast. It's just there's too many questions. Just no questions right now until we get the show started. I know you're jumping up and down, excited and exuberant because you've had a wonderful weekend. You've been in the sun. You've been running around. You've been partaking of many beverages, as well as Frankfurters. I, as well, have enjoyed quite a few Frankfurters. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't really know. It's something that's always bothering me, whether it's Frankfurters or Frankfurters. I feel like it should be Frankfurters because they propel you along, and that's like your name is Frank. It was the first guy to eat one. It propelled him further along just because of the energy that was imbibed into his body, as well as the noxious gas that came. Did I say gas or gash? I don't really know. It doesn't matter. Anyway, a couple of things that I want to say before we get the show started. I have a great person waiting back here. He's right back here. He's enjoying some not charcuterie this evening. He's enjoying a fine scotch, as it were, as well as some mighty fine virtual falafel. It's all good. First things first, fabulous Equinox Orchestra. You all know them. You all love them. Clay and Jeremy. They're putting on a show tonight, and Matt is giving his thumbs up. Matt is back there. He's not part of the fabulous Equinox Orchestra, but he knows them and he appreciates. Yeah, whatever. They are doing a show tonight. It is a replay of their show from this weekend where they did a backyard sort of concert. And I want you guys to check it out if you can. That'll be at 8 o'clock. Check out their page. Fabulous Equinox Orchestra. Jeremy Davis, Clay Johnson. Fabulous Equinox Orchestra. Just one orchestra. Also, I would be remiss if I did not give a huge shout out to the people at Perk Coffee, ladies and gentlemen. This is Perk Coffee. I love them so much because I was out and I ordered online for the 3-pound bag. No, 2-pound, sorry. And they, lo and behold, sent me the 5-pound bag. I will not be out of Perk Coffee for at least a week and a half because that's how fast I drink coffee. So those two huge shout outs. My mom says my sound is low. Is my sound low, Matt? He says no. Okay, so turn up your volume, Mom, and you can hear me, I promise. So, listen, that's enough of my BS, which means bullshoots. Right, Mom? I'm going to bring him out. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Matt Nickley, here he is. Hey!
I hope my sound's not
okay?
too low. I can hear you fantastically. I hope
Awesome.
everyone can hear me. Otherwise, this is going to be real awkward.
I don't know why there was so much energy in that. I've never had that much energy, but I'm just so excited and enthused.
It's the coffee.
I think it is. It's because I had a 5-pound bag of coffee today already. This is my second bag.
That's the second bag. Did you con them into sponsoring you? Is this what happened?
I have not. And I feel like there's like a conflict of interest right now because I saw one of your own wearing a Perk Coffee hat. So, no, not you.
One of my people.
Yes. John Brennan.
A little comedy war going on.
Yeah.
Little Leno Letterman action.
Well, I consider myself a student of comedy. I would not say I'm exactly comedy professional, mind you.
So you're the Leno in this situation.
I would say so. I'm the Leno to his Conan O'Brien. We'll say
there you go. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going the current guy because he's funny, but he's just nice. Funny and nice.
Yeah.
So how's your Monday?
Hey, it's pretty good. It's pretty nice, actually. How was your good long weekend?
It was a very good and long weekend. I did take Friday off, so even longer because of that.
I didn't know I had Friday off until Monday, so I didn't plan anything at all. I just kind of chilled. I bought a painting. That was fun.
Huh.
Went down to that gallery in City Market. Got a little nice watercolor.
Oh, nice.
Spruced up the
Is that
bedroom.
Attila? The Attila gallery?
No, it's not AT Hunt. I have an AT Hunt actually hanging right there. But no, this is that one directly across from it. It's got more. It's not funky. It's very classic, and I got a lovely watercolor of a little cabin on a lake.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's how I spent my weekend. I can hold on. Be right back. I'll show you the AT1 Hun one first because it's literally right here.
Hun is coming first, folks. So be ready for this.
So I love Doctor Strange. Love is my favorite movie of all time. And
oh yes.
So you know how he does all the movies?
Yeah.
So I got a Doctor Strangelove from him. And this was the first when I moved to Savannah back in 2014, the first time I moved here. Yeah. He signed it.
Nice.
And so, hold on, let me go get my other one. The other one is quite the masterpiece, I must say.
Trying out new looks.
All right, now pardon the frame. I did not pick the frame. It was pre-framed.
Oh, I see. Well, that's very nice. It's very
isn't that very nice?
Picturesque.
Yeah, right.
And I could see myself in it, which is fun.
I did too, which is why I was like, this is the one for me. I almost got the one of the angry boat. They had like an old ship, and I'm a sucker for old wooden ships. And they had like this beautiful storm. It was like, I didn't get that one. I went for the nice home port there. So yeah, that's what I did.
Beautiful Storm. That was the sequel to A Perfect Storm, I think.
Yeah, the one where nobody dies.
Right, exactly. It's
the all-female reboot, and they got it right.
Like Ghostbusters.
Just like Ghostbusters.
Yeah. So, Matt, we
yes, sir.
I took a class with you. Let's say that. That's how we got to know.
We can call it that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't finish the class, and I feel really bad about that. I didn't get my certificate.
I think we all dropped out. I think the school lost its accreditation about halfway through.
Dang. But it was a great class. I must say that the 2 or 3 that I came to were very, very cool.
It was fun. Yeah, just messing around, writing, throwing stuff out there.
Did you finish your scripts?
I think after that I would say I came out of that with 3 new and improved sketches. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
The one that I was really attracted to, I'm still working on. So, and that would be something about superheroes. I won't go into it because
I enjoyed that as well.
Yeah.
Yes, below the belt.
Exactly. You folks don't know how true that is.
No, exactly. It's not TV PG.
No. Sorry, Mom. Sometimes I write these PG-13 things.
It's not
my
hard.
mom is always watching. So, and my mom is a nice Southern lady, and I've tried to stay true to my upbringing, in the fact that words that come out of my mouth are usually like bejesus and
right.
Paul Sarnett, gall darn it.
Gosh darn it.
But if I'm driving the car and there's a person who's, you get the 9 iron out. Right, I'm having a hard time putting it in. Let's say you're a graduate of SCAD. Graduate?
I am. I got my MFA from SCAD in 2016.
2016 in theater acting.
Performing arts. Yes, they don't call it acting there. It's performing arts.
Performing arts.
Performing arts. So technically, but it's acting.
Well, that's perfect because this is what that's all about: performance.
No way, Jose.
Yeah, and when I asked you initially, I had no idea what you did. So,
and neither do I. I've been getting away with it for a little too long.
And so you are a regular member of the Front Porch Comedy Group.
Yeah, Front Porch Improv.
What are they up to right now?
So they had the brilliant idea of opening up a physical theater in March of 2020. Yeah. And so, push came to shove. And now, of course, we have to be closed. And it was such a shame because we had this grand opening. I think they had it planned for about March 25th. And they were doing preview shows before then. So we were getting great houses, a lot of people. I only joined them in January. And they've been doing these shows remotely for 4 years, performing in bars and random places around town. So I just did a few of their last bar shows with them, and then the preview shows at the theater, getting great houses. And then all hell broke loose. And it
Literally.
And it maybe took about a month. And Bree and John, the two ADs, asked me if I was interested in doing Zoom shows with them.
Yeah.
If I felt comfortable. And we did it in person because it doesn't work. I did it with some people in LA where you're playing across it. The delay is just, and editing scenes. It just doesn't work. So the three of us got together and started doing it at Bree's apartment. And we've been doing a weekly Saturday show ever since. And then we just added a bi-weekly Friday show. So we're doing it like this to raise money and theoretically keep the doors open, but really enable them to open the doors once we're able to.
Yeah. Now you have done a couple of shows in the performance space as well, right?
Back when we could have an audience, or now?
Now.
Yes, about a month ago, we said, we have the theater, let's use it. Because I think it was a good idea for especially people who are paying to watch these Zoom shows who had never seen a show before. It was a good thing for them to see, oh, that's the theater that they're talking about. You're literally seeing the space that you're patronizing, and that your money's helping and going towards. So we've used it the past few shows. I think we actually might go back to Bree's apartment because sound is everything and it's easier to control sound there.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to do the bi-weekly Friday show still at the theater.
Okay. So I've seen the bi-weekly Friday show, but I haven't seen the ones in Bree's apartment. So I apologize.
It's okay.
I will patronize those.
They're deep cuts.
The deep cuts.
Deep cuts shows, so the B-sides.
Are any of these recorded? Can you go back and watch them again?
Yeah, but they don't go anywhere. They've been recording them and stockpiling them on the YouTube, but I don't know what their plan is. I'm not sure. It's great for us because we can rewatch it and figure out just how the hell to use this box to our advantage.
Sorry, my mom is asking where my microphone is, so I'm going to move it in front of me now.
So I have it.
Better. Is that better, Mom?
I bet it's good.
I bet it is too. So I have had Bree on one of these before, and she was in her apartment, and I got to see that amazing wallpaper.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Now you don't have that, so I'm a little disappointed.
No, I have a window.
Yeah.
I got a window. I got some paintings.
Yeah, paintings are nice.
Come on, man.
So let me ask you this, because I have no idea what I'm going to say next.
Yeah, please.
And it often just comes to my mind right as I'm thinking of it. And that question is, right now, what were you doing in LA?
What was I doing in LA? I was doing more. My hair's like a mess. This camera is freaking me out, by the way, because everything is switched, so I don't know where anything is. And there's this one row piece of hair right there.
I just think opposite is what I do.
I'm just too vain. This is my problem. In any case, so I was out in LA for only 2 years, really not that long.
Yeah.
But I was trying to con my way into television writing. I won this thing that basically propelled me to go out to LA. And when I was out there for this awards ceremony, I was talking to people and they were sort of saying things like, hey, in 2 weeks, you want to get a cup of coffee? And I was like, well, no, because I'll be in Boston, So I'd moved back home. And this one particular person was very adamant about, well, look, if you really want to do this, move to LA. And I never had any intentions of moving out there. So I bit the bullet, and about a month later, I moved. And was basically, we had your day job, obviously, but was pounding the pavement, pushing around scripts, meeting people. But the biggest thing was doing more and more improv comedy. I moved there on a Wednesday. By that Saturday, I was with a new theater in LA called The Pack. That was recommended to me by the same guy who made me move out there in the first place. And that's what I did for 2 years. Woke up, went to work, got on the car for the hour and a half drive to the improv theater for either a rehearsal or a show, and then get out of that at midnight, wake up in the next morning, and do the whole thing again. It was fantastic. Well, it's great because you're always moving, like even if you're sitting in traffic in LA, that's when you can warm up for your show. It's when you can play with a character. You can write something down. Everything was boom, 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 boom. And that was the only, that's one of the only things I miss about LA is that constant movement.
Yeah. We don't move as much here.
No, it's real slow, which has its place,
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a time for introspection.
Mm-hmm.
And also Wi-Fi improvement, which is what I'm doing right now.
Boosting the signal.
I'm boosting my own signal, yes. And it's telling me I'm changing something. Okay, all right. So I think I've boosted my signal.
Gotcha.
My wife and I are fighting for the signal right now because she is yoga-ing.
She's yogaing.
Yeah, which is probably something I should take up.
Maybe. Yoga's intimidating. There's a lot of...
It is.
I didn't know bodies could do that.
My body doesn't do that.
No.
Hers does. She's amazing at it, but I can't imagine.
Allegedly, your muscles get better as it goes. It's supposed to. I feel like that's the fun of it because you start out, you're like, oh, I can't do that, and then eventually you can do that weird thing, and all of a sudden you're a freak of nature.
I think that's what it's all about. I think that your target goal is to do the weird thing, freak of nature thing.
Totally. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've all been stuck at home, and of course my wife she's taken up more yoga now than she ever did before.
Yeah.
I myself have started doing this thing. What have you been doing other than front porch?
I've still been working, thank God. And that's been a real blessing. So still plenty on the work front, and unfortunately, a lot of people were furloughed where I'm at, so we ended up picking up more work. So I felt really bad in saying at the beginning I had never been busier in sort of a sad way for thinking about friends that I knew who had nothing to do.
Yeah.
But so, I was, the biggest thing was getting used to working at home. So I got a second desk. That was the first thing I did, to have a designated working desk and a desk for all the crap. So that way this thing is always beautiful and clean and I didn't have any distractions. Okay. But what did I do? I built a puzzle. I built a very fun.
Wait, no, you built a puzzle?
Well, you know what? Yeah, I didn't weld it out of paper. I constructed a puzzle. Is that how you're supposed to say it? I think you just
put a puzzle together.
Put a puzzle together. Dude, it was hard. Hold on. Don't down talk this. Let me show you this picture. Hold on.
Folks, don't go away. He's going to get this puzzle, and I know it's going to be
No. Look how much white space is in this damn thing.
And that's 1,000 pieces,
that is
folks.
1,000 pieces. Okay? And there's a whole lot of white space. There's a whole lot of all one color up here. Yeah. This was very difficult. In any case, that took me about 4.5 weeks. And what else did I do? I was painting. I was doing a lot of writing. That was the biggest thing.
Yeah. Well, a writer writes, right?
A writer does write.
Yeah.
And usually working from home is one thing, but I'm very lazy about writing at home. I need to get myself outside. So usually I write at coffee shops and bars because I'll just get into a YouTube rabbit hole.
Oh.
And just never come back.
So watch a lot of YouTube then.
I freaking love YouTube. Oh, it's amazing. Have you ever just dabbled with YouTube and just uncovered the most incredible things?
So I have, I think I have 5 accounts on YouTube right now.
Okay.
So I do go down the rabbit hole
from
time to time.
It's wonderful. You know what I do? I watch a lot of old interviews. I love, I'm so dorky. I love Dick Cavett.
I was about to say Dick Cavett.
Are you a Dick Cavett fan? Yeah.
He's so dry.
He is. I love him. He's not the funniest comedian who ever lived, and he knows that, but he was the best conversationalist interviewer that ever lived.
Yeah.
And some genius out there. And I don't think they like Dick Cavett. Have you seen this channel? It's called Cavett Bitter.
Yeah.
And the titles of the videos are always so sassy. It's like Dick bitches about this.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all so like undercutty, but he packages all of his old shows, and it's like Orson Welles, Bob Hope, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, just like the greatest people that
John Lennon, I think, was one of the
Lennon and Yoko.
Yeah.
Well, the whole time he's like, oh, well, you know, Dick and da da da. And like he's just chain smoking through the whole thing. And Yoko kind of like takes over the whole interview. And she's like, well, it's such a shame that nobody likes me. And it's just the weirdest interview. Yeah. But George Harrison, that's an excellent.
Yes, yes. So,
Yeah.
I really look up to Dick Cavett in that way, that I want to be able to have like a really bad interview.
Like this one.
Like this one, exactly. This one is a perfect example.
This is where we need Dick.
Dick, where is Dick?
Damn it, Dick. I feel like Dick lives in Montauk. I believe he has a home in Montauk. I keep track of these things.
Wait, he's still alive?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, Dick Cavett's still very much alive.
That must be like one of those Google searches, though.
Yeah. No, Dick's alive.
Okay.
I keep track of this because I will be so sad. I was, when celebrities die and a lot of people are like very emotional about it. We've never met them.
By the way, let's take a moment right now for Charlie Daniels. It died today. It's
all right. We can go back to it now.
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah. So the only one for me, Don Rickles. That was an end of an era, more or less. But I will be mortified when Dick Cavett dies. But at least they'll show some highlight reels and people might figure out who the hell he is. Because I'm obsessed with this man. And it's a creepy love affair that I have. And I truly want to meet him so badly.
Wow.
He's fascinating. He interviewed the coolest people of all time.
Oh, Carl Reiner died.
Oh, yeah. That is sad. Wow. That is sad. Were you like me when you read that? Did you immediately think of Mel Brooks and how sad?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, they basically live together.
Basically.
Yeah.
They have these Friday night dinners. Did you see that? It was Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with Jerry Seinfeld. They have these dinners. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Jerry Seinfeld did not know what to do.
No. How could you? I wouldn't be able to say a word in that room. It'd be like fly on the wall.
No. But yeah, that's definitely Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. That was sort of my inspiration for this, I think.
Yeah, well, hence the 5-pound bag.
My room is shaking. Yeah, exactly. And can I mention to those people that have just joined, this is an amazing bag of coffee. That's all I have.
Yeah. You're going to piss off Starbucks with that one. They got the money.
I was having a conversation with someone last week. Daryl Javon Williams.
Oh, the singer.
Yes, the singer. And we were talking about Starbucks, and I mentioned that Perk coffee is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying that Starbucks is pretty good. I was like, no, this is the bomb right here.
Yeah, I usually don't like making fun of things, but Starbucks, I know I'm not supposed to like it because it's burnt, but I actually like that.
Really?
I like angry beverages. Like the scotch I'm drinking right now is nice and angry. It's full of angst. It's very just like it. You shouldn't be drinking it.
It's like a true Scotsman then.
It is. He's really angry at you. But I agree with that. Starbucks is bad, but I like it. I crave that kick you in the butt, burnt quality.
Now, okay, so again, another person I was having a conversation with last week, Mr. Todd Green, an old friend of mine. He challenged me to do a Scottish accent. Now, do you have a Scottish accent?
We can try this.
Okay.
Do you want to?
Do you want me to start?
Well, yeah, sure. You initiate, and we'll follow.
All right. Well, all right.
We'll follow the fun.
It comes from. It comes from that.
Oh, it's very guttural.
Sense.
It's a guttural sound.
Yes. Oh, it's like you've eaten a large amount of Scottish kielbasa, which is very common.
Oh, well, this is the very, guttural sound of the very, it's not exactly real. It's
Not
very
at all.
much the Highland of the kilt and the kilt of the Highland.
It's almost like it's
But
almost like a
you know what's a very
constipated
interesting
feeling. I think.
Well,
It's,
what's a very interesting one is that the Edinburgh accent. The Edinburgh accent kind of sounds a little more up here.
yes.
It's a little bit odd.
Yeah, it's a little more Irish. It's a
It,
little
it
more
is
lyric.
almost, yes.
Yeah.
But and then what's Welsh is the weirdest accent, where it's very arc. You know what I mean? It's very
I think
zombified.
neither one of us are experts in this, but I think
No.
we've gotten a firm grasp on how we feel about it.
I feel very strongly.
Mm. Mm.
Good opinions. Yes.
Strong opinion should be a talk show.
There's a fantastic podcast called Strong Opinions Loosely Held.
Really?
Yes.
Who hosts that one?
Oh God. Yeah. She used to work at Refinery 29. I forget her name.
Huh. Wait, is this
Eliza Krissinger.
No. Okay. Elijah?
Eliza
Krissinger.
Lisa.
Folks, if anyone's watching and is an expert on anything, let us know.
They all left 30 minutes ago. This is me and you and the fake Scots people.
Yeah. Well, I will say that Eric Bishop said YouTube University. I don't know why he said that, but thank you, Eric Bishop.
Because it basically is one. You can learn
There
all
is.
sorts of things. And it is great during right now, free entertainment.
So myself, I have this claim to fame that when I was searching out for learning, I was very drawn to Masterclass.
Yeah.
Because of who was on Masterclass at that time, who has now been Me Too'd and is now no longer anywhere.
Is it who I think it is? Because
Yes,
I
it
might
is.
have a story for them.
Oh, okay. Well, here, I'll finish my
continue.
story first,
Please
and then
do.
you join in. So this person I was drawn to because I just thought he's an amazing actor. I enjoyed him in that one show about
He is.
the White House and the house that is very
Yes.
reflective of that show actually right now.
A little bit.
And so I joined. I had his class. And
That was like the first one.
it was pretty much one of the first ones. And because I had that class, they gave me a free year after he was hashtagged.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and also
Like
Eric
just in
Bishop-
case he DM'd you and was like, "Hey, what are you wearing, Chris?"
Exactly.
And you're just
So
like,
Eric Bishop must have had the
Kevin?
same access then. So yeah, tell me about your story. I never personally
Okay.
met him, so go
"Well,
ahead.
we'll say the name."
Okay.
I believe it Oprah Winfrey. No, Kevin
Yes.
Spacey.
Say it again because I was talking over you.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was his name in House of Cards? Underwood. Frank Underwood himself.
Frank
Yeah, Underwood.
From Gaffney.
Gaffney. Never slap a man while he's chewing tobacco. Anyway, okay. So I was in. It was my senior year of college. I'm obsessed with my hair. Don't laugh at me, Chris. I hate my hair. I've always had a very bad phobia about my hair, and so when I see it in this section, are you trying to make yourself look weird so I feel better?
Yeah.
That's the old Dick Cavett move. Very nice.
That's exactly what he used to do.
That's why he lost out to Carson. Carson was always no. So I was in senior year of college, right? And it was like very beginning of May. So there's nothing left to do but put on the cap and walk out. And I went to George Washington in DC. And my very, very good friend, her dad used to be one of Spacey's lawyers.
Ooh.
For tax purposes. So I don't think he was ever in, any like shut up moments.
On
but
that side of it, yeah.
On that side of it, I hope not. But in any case, she would always talk about Spacey, and she knew him really well. He would help her out with monologues. She was an actress. It was like a pretty cool friendship. And of course, I was a Usual Suspects fanatic and thought that he was like the best actor, of all time. And so we're getting to the end of the school year, and she called me. It was like, "Hey, do you want to see a movie tonight?" And I thought, "Yeah, sure. Like I've got nothing else to do." And she's like, "All right, great. Meet me at my apartment at 7. I'm out in front of her apartment. I text her. I'm downstairs, and she comes out. And she's like, "Oh, great. The car's over there." And it's this like black, like town car. And I thought, well, she's got a lot of money. This is not that weird. She probably just called an Uber Black. So we get in that car and we're like, "So what are we doing?" And she's like, "Well, Kevin is going around the country with his a documentary that he made of his Richard III world tour called Now. And she's like, my dad, he sent my dad 2 tickets and my dad doesn't want to go. So I figured you might want to go. I was like, oh, snap. And I was asking, is Spacey going to be there? And she was like, yeah, he's going to be there. Like I was talking to the assistant. Cut to, we're going into the theater. And it goes up to the guy with the clipboard. She's like, hi, 2 tickets for it. And I'm not going to say her name. 2 tickets for blank. And he's like, no, are you, what is it? And he says it again, can't find it. The manager comes over and is like, what's going on? And he's like, oh, well, she's not on. You see what it does? And and he was like, oh, like she's not on the list. And he goes, what did you say your name was? It's blank. And he goes, oh, you're on Kevin's list. Come with me. Brings us all the way in. He goes, all right, go down to the front. You're going to see 2 reserved seats. Like, go sit down there. Not the 2 next to the aisle, the 2 next to those ones. So we go down, we're sitting, and it's full packed house. And I was like, this is so exciting. And nobody sits in these other 2 seats. And then as the lights go down and the projector turns on, you know that fire escape below every like screen in America?
Yeah.
It peers open, as little stream of light opens out. And you saw these 2 hunched figures coming out like this. And they sit in the chairs. And one of them is the theater owner who sits at the end of the aisle. The other one is Kevin Spacey. And he's sitting right next to Caitlin and goes, like, hey, Caitlin, and like, thank you, like, really glad you could be here. And then goes back and Caitlin goes,
Caitlin is a fake name, of course.
oh shit, no, I didn't say her last name. and then Barbara said to Kevin Spacey, she said, oh, by the way, this is like my friend Matt. And he comes over and he just like, and I'm going to use my leg. And he's like, nice to meet you, Matt. And I was like, it's great to meet you too. And then the whole time it was so weird not to know if you should watch. It's a documentary about Kevin Spacey with Kevin Spacey.
Right. So
you don't know whether to watch Kevin Spacey watching Kevin Spacey or watch Kevin Spacey, Yeah. Very strange. And we didn't get to hang out with him that night because he had to go do the Tonight Show the next day. Right. And it's very funny because she would tell me all sorts of stories that that his assistant would tell her about, like, apparently I'm just his type.
Oh,
I missed out.
You did. We're actually, no. We
10 times
joke about that.
No, we really shouldn't. Comedy is, it's so funny. This is a good example of how comedians are they're born of a certain cloth.
Yes.
I was on the phone with the comedian that I was interviewing for our Friday biweekly show at the front porch.
Yes.
And we're just talking, and
hot topics,
hot takes.
Hot takes. Thank you.
Hot takes, baby. So I was interviewing them for hot takes, and I think I asked them. I was like, "Oh, how's quarantine going?" And I wanted to see, like, I hope your family's okay. And he was like, "Oh yeah, the family's fine, but my mother did die about a week ago." And I just went, "Oh my God, like, I'm so sorry." And he was like, "Oh, a real comedian would have laughed." And then they start dying laughing, and then we start laughing about, just how awful comedians are.
But his mother really died.
Actually died.
Oh my God.
Not a week ago, but like he was playing with that for comedic purposes. I guess
because comedy is all about timing.
It is.
And I did that wrong, as I normally.
But yeah, it was.
Put a pause in. Sorry, I wasn't done.
Ooh, Mr. Cavett, you slay me. But yeah, so it's just like one of those examples where you don't realize that you are way over the line, but the audience maybe is still with you. In a live house, we would have known. Yeah. Virtual world, someone's choking on their haggis in Scotland.
It's actually,
they just talked about Kevin Spacey, and then
damn it, Dick Cavett. If I was Dick Cavett, I would be able to pull off a Scottish accent just like that, because the man was.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
I don't know. He could do certain. He was an interesting character. He is an interesting guy. The man's still alive. Don't knock it. He's still alive. alive and well.
All right. You know what? I should probably do this.
What? You gonna Google his name?
Dick Cavett. Dick Cavett.
He should be what, like 80? Don't tell me he died.
No,
He
it
died
just says
out.
born.
Ryan,
Just
your
says
show.
born.
Okay.
36. He's 83.
He's 83. Yeah. See?
Yes. From Gibbon.
Yes, Gibbon, Nebraska.
Yeah. I did not know that.
Only the true fans.
Yeah. Mother was father. Wait, what? No, spouse. Sorry. Spouse, current spouse is a doctor. PhD. Of what? I don't know.
Yeah.
Professor. Actually, just a professor. So.
Dickie boy. Hey, want to hear a fun story?
I would love to hear a fun story.
This is we're telling actor stories. And this one I have no actual personal relationship with, but I will tell you how I know this story is because Alec Baldwin told this story to Dick Cavett. So it is connected tangentially
That's
to what.
not me. That's you.
How do you know my phone was ringing?
I heard it buzzing.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was so creepy. I don't know who this is. South Hamilton?
Okay. West Virginia?
No, Massachusetts, apparently.
Oh.
My home country. So anyway, I guess we're talking about Welsh people, and Richard Burton, famous Welshman, a big drinker. And so I guess it was, what's the other cognac company? Not Hennessy, Remy Martin.
Ah, yes.
No, Cavassier.
Oh, yes, the third.
Yeah. The third one.
Richard the Third.
I guess Cavassier back in the 80s or 70s wanted Richard Burton's voice
By the
for
way,
their
this is
commercial.
Cavassier Clear.
Oh, yes. It's their new ghost version. They wanted Richard Burton at the very end of a commercial, just his voice, to say Cavassier. You know, they just wanted this beautiful, sexy bird to swoop in and Cavassier. And they couldn't get a hold of him. So they asked the British actor, who I don't know his name, but was like a prominent British actor at the time, who was going to be in the commercial, to go pitch the idea to Burton. So he finds out where he is. He's at this hotel in London, and he's drinking all day. What's her? Oh my God, I'm blanking on her name. Elizabeth Taylor. They're both there, and they're in this hotel room. They're getting smashed, and they're drinking and smoking up a storm. And he brings up the idea. He's like Richard, they're going to pay you £500,000 just to say Cavassier at the end. You don't even have to go into a studio. He's like, no, I won't do it. No, I can't be bothered. No. And kept saying no. Finally, 6 hours go by. The actor is leaving, defeated, and is at the door of the.
That's me. Sorry.
I know it's a long and not.
He's at the door.
He's at the door, and he's one last chance. He's like, Richard, please, I implore you. They're going to pay you £500,000 just to say. You don't have to say one word. Why won't you do it? He goes, no, I won't do it because I'm too bloody big, bigger than you will ever be, and slammed the door in the guy's face.
That's awesome.
This great mean Welshman.
Yes,
Bigger
very mean. I think my mic is picking me up well now, Mom.
You are way in there now.
I'm way in there. Sorry. I turned up the gain.
Just put your mic closer.
That's what she told me, so I did.
Irish, Scottish mother. Your Scottish mother said put the mic closer.
Yes, my Scottish mother. Mom, are you Scottish? She says better, but I believe she said better.
Better.
We did lose some people because I was so loud, though. I apologize.
I think it was all the racially insensitive jokes.
That's probably what it is. Scotsmen, they're very sensitive. So anything big coming up on the scene?
What's big coming up? Well, we're plowing away at Front Porch. They are launching, and I don't know if I can announce it, but I'm going to anyway.
Okay.
I believe they're launching a Patreon page.
Yes.
Which is a brave new world. I've never experienced Patreon before, but I know it's very popular. And a lot of other theaters sort of are messing around with it. A lot of It worked for a lot of different people, you know.
I'm kind of messing around with it a little bit myself.
Okay. So you were competing for patrons,
No,
like the Medicis and the Borgias.
I'm on a whole different subspecies, is what I am.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you guys are right over here, kind of,
I wouldn't go that far. I think
and
it's
I'm like
side to side. It's like the flora and the fauna.
sure,
They can live in harmony.
I'll buy that
Yeah.
for $1.
Take it.
Okay.
But for $1 a month, you can be actually you can't. We don't go that low. But they're putting together a Patreon page, and yeah, I'm kind of they're very nice to me over there. They kind of give me, I don't know why, they give me carte blanche to kind of do whatever I want. And so I was coming up with some fun character stuff, bits to record and make exclusive for Patreon. Yeah, and just hopefully, make some people laugh. Who knows? I mean, that's always
Yeah.
But it's important, it's such a weird time because everyone wants to be kind of saving their pennies and
Right.
what tomorrow's going to hold, or if you went back to work, maybe you'll lose that. And so it's an understandable time to kind of hold on. But then at the end, there's this driving force that you want to help and support your community. So when you do get to go outside again or regularly, there's something to go to.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it's the mantra right now. We got to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
To get to that next point.
Oh, totally.
And my main thing is just trying to keep that light on, keep that positivity going. I know things are dark right now for a lot of people. We've suffered losses that are measurable. See, that's the thing. People say immeasurable, but these losses are measurable.
Yeah, and getting
and they look at you right in the face. So, what else can you do but laugh? I mean,
it's funny. Not that situation is funny.
No,
it's funny in terms of just human nature. It's a very difficult. I mean, it's a difficult time for everybody, but I can only see the perspective of that does make them ups. Which you understand. It's this weird thing where you have this natural inclination to kind of buck whatever's put in front of you. Like we were talking about earlier, comedians, they gladly walk over the line and invite people to go right behind them and kind of block all those shots that you might normally get.
Yeah.
So it's like your natural inclination is to want to be like, I'll go out there and put myself at risk for the joy of maybe other people, it's like when you do a comedy bit that's very dangerous, but you're like, oh, you think people are gonna laugh at this? Okay, you can shoot me in the face. But it's a very strange time because I think there's a lot of people who want not even for macho bullshit reasons. I think people just want to be sort of like, no, like I'm stronger than this thing. But then you realize it's like, no, the strength is more in doing the boring thing and sitting on the sidelines or wearing a mask and becoming very germophobic, because the actual brave people who are going into the hospitals every single day, you don't want to overwhelm their already overwhelmed system. So it's really difficult, especially on the comedic side, because you want to keep doing shows and you want to keep trying to entertain people and doing your part. So it's a hard one to figure out exactly what your role is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm lucky that I'll have somewhat of an outlet. Like I'm sure you created this. You have an outlet. You're tapping into people's lives. For people, I think it'd be very difficult if I didn't have a creative outlet.
I know it is. I know people that are creative and haven't had that outlet. So I think that's part of what I'm trying to do is be able to give those who are not yourself, of course, but others who come and watch and be able to see that, there is a way. There is a way to get through this, even if it's just for however long I do this. And
oh my God, absolutely. There were so many people. I remember when we first started the sort of like quarantine talk, and I work for Savannah College of Art and Design. So we do a lot. I work for their executive media team. I'm a writer producer. So we're doing a lot of work with students about being like, so what do you think you're going to do during the spring quarter? Like how can you tap into this for the best, especially
Right.
recruiting seniors? Like, oh, talk about just a slap in the face in terms of life taking away your fun final months.
Yeah.
So it was like, what are you going to do? You're all artists. You're all creatives at the very least. What are you going to do? And a lot of people you hear like, oh, I'm going to finally write that novel, or I'm going to finally do this and do that. It's very New Year's resolution-y talk. And I'm not a cynic, but you just know that most of that stuff doesn't ever come to fruition. But it actually can.
Yeah.
You just really just have to go, you know what, screw it. I'm going to freaking write this thing. I don't give a shit how bad it is. I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
Climb that mountain and then turn to whatever you would normally do to pass the time. I don't know, binge watch, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know what it is. It's this like natural inclination to not do it. It's like a fear thing, or maybe you actually don't have any ideas, and maybe your goal shouldn't be to write a novel. Maybe your goal should be to come up with 4 or 5 concepts that you like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why? It's all that jumping to the finish line,
Mm-hmm.
Like I keep my dumbass notebook with me every time. I've gotten really into swearing in the past 5 minutes. I'm getting passionate.
I'm just angry.
It's just an angry night over here. At
I believe
our little village in Scotland, where we all talk like this, but it's only us in our little village.
right. And speaking of Scotsmen, Abraham Lincoln said it best. I laugh because I must not cry. That is all. That is all.
It's so true. I did when I graduated from undergrad, I did a senior thesis acting project where we had, we could do whatever you want. We just had to prove or tackle a concept. And I named mine I Choose to Laugh. And nobody knew what the hell I was doing when I was planning it. I only had one other partner that we did every scene together. And the idea was to pick shows and scenes from shows that were comedic, but attribute them to a very serious thing. And usually they did the work for you. There's a very funny play about the war in Iraq. It's about, it's called, it's that Donald Rumsfeld quote, "Stuff Happened."
Okay.
It's called "Stuff Happened," and it's all about the second Bush administration and the decisions that led up to war. And it's kind of comedic, but we leaned into the comedy element of it and really yucked it up. And of course, we were only laughing about events that have happened in the past. And when things are actually happening, you can't, just well,
right.
Something's being burnt down behind you. But it is, I think, this outlook of we're better than this as a group, and the group should always remain positive and fun, and there's a place for the court jester, same as there is for the knight, when it comes to sort of running a community and staying bonded together during otherwise difficult times.
Yeah.
But yeah, sort of that same, I'd totally buy that.
Yeah. Cool. Very cool.
Cool. Yeah. I'm going to get off my
High horse?
high horse.
Stump? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Box?
Stumping.
Soapbox?
Soapbox, that's what it is.
Yeah. Like good old Rex Filthy Rear.
That's another deep cut.
Going deep.
Only a few people know about that.
Yeah. Well, Matt, I got to say this has been enjoyable. Very enjoyable.
I don't want. What are you doing?
I don't know.
You're walking out on me.
No, I'm not walking out on you. I just feel like I still have that falafel waiting for me in the other room.
It's getting cold.
And it is. It's.
I left some for you.
Did you?
It smells good. I didn't leave any tahini.
Yeah. Emily.
Yes.
That is just hilarious. So I got to say that while we're here.
Very excited that we were doing this.
Yeah. So Emily Ann Coleman.
Yeah.
Who I had the pleasure of sharing the stage with for, and I got to say another name, Richie Cook, directed the Fantastics, and she was fantastic in her role of, oh gosh, and I can't remember the girl's name.
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay. But
It's
her
okay.
name is Emily, so that's all
Her
that
name is
matters.
Emily Ann Coleman, and yes, is absolutely wonderful. I did not know her during the Fantastic days, so I wouldn't have met her back then. But she has remained fantastic in my eyes for many, many years.
That's awesome. So how did you guys meet?
She was the vocal coach on a production of Clybourne Park that I was in. So she
Oh.
was teaching us how to do Chicago accents, because that's what she does. She's a voice and speech coach. She just got her MFA. Just finished.
I need to have her on.
You do, yeah. She got it from Long Beach, Cal State Long Beach.
Yeah.
And, she's back in Houston and is about to start a job. I'm going to move her out there at the end of the month at Millikan University in Illinois.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, she'll be a voice and speech professor.
Nice.
She's
Yeah.
brilliant.
I've done voices for a long time, but I never knew that it was a degree. So that's actually, I've always known it was a degree. That's
not. It's a degree. You can prophesize about voices.
nice.
Yeah, she's brilliant.
Very good. I needed to give her a shout out because mutual friends are always even more friends. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I follow you.
Okay.
You naturally trust somebody because you're like, oh, they know so and so.
Right.
They're a good cat.
Here's something that bugs me.
Yeah, please.
So you get a friend request on the Facebooks out there,
Yes.
right? But it's just blank. It's just, here's a friend. I'm going to throw you a friend request. Mm-hmm. What I need you to do, if you're going to friend request me on the Facebooks or the whatevers they are, is send me a little note first. Just,
You want a little tap on the shoulder?
yeah, I want to know why you're reaching out to me. What is the reason? Is this? How do we know each other exactly?
Well, that could take a little while because if you don't have it turned on where you get notified, if
This is true.
someone who you're not friends with is messaging you.
Yeah.
You could click on message request, and that could be
Yes.
years ago. There, that person could have passed, and you could have missed out on a wonderful friend, Chris.
I could have.
You got to be more accepting. Bring people
I
into
do.
yourself.
I do. I need to be much
It
more
is weird.
accepting.
I won't do it unless they have mutual friends, man. If they know people that I know, I'm like, all right, come on.
Right. I did have one.
It stops then. What do? It's not like they message you or anything like that. It's over. They just populate your timeline with their bad opinions and or good opinions. Or
I'm not judging.
Dude, I don't say shit on Facebook. I only have it for the photos. I will get rid of Facebook and will print out every single photo in there and build albums because that was so much fun growing up. You look at your grandparents' albums or your parents' albums. None of us will have that because it's all digital. So if you get rid of that thing, or because you don't want to be that, 70-plus-year-old who's just like, let me show you this time that we met your grandmother. Hold on. There's a meme there. Oh, there you go.
That is a great concept.
You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Scrolling back to find that. So I'm going to print them all out on nice photo paper and build some albums.
Or those squares, those metal squares.
Yeah. No, you got to have the daguerreotypes.
Exactly.
like Jesse James. I don't know why he's so shocked. Hey, I feel like we catfished your audience tonight because we didn't mention owls once. And
I know. I'm so sorry, folks. And
big fan. I know a lot about them.
Do you?
I'm a big believer in the owls.
This is
terrible because I'm not recording in the owlry.
Yeah.
It's tough. The Wi-Fi signal does not go out there.
I had a long list of questions, so I'll hit the high points here.
Could you about the owls?
Yes, all about
I
owls.
wanted to be like, this is Halifax.
No, my main question is about the owls that were used in the Harry Potter films. How did they train them?
Magic. Oh. Can't train it. You're born with it. There are some people that they're just born with this inherent ability. And you get a message that invites you to go to school. Okay. I see. Then you unlock that potential within yourself. Yeah. Now, even the people that don't have the magical abilities, though, they could still unlock the magic within them. They just cannot attend the school. But the owls, they're just born with it.
See, my question is, if I were to take, a 13-year-old boy and lock him underneath the stairs.
This is not going well, but continue. we're getting back to Mr. Spacey now. Meaning we have to go back to bad Scotland. Okay.
Well, I did. I took the Kevin Spacey class, so.
You your 13-year-old under the stairs. Okay.
Would he come out a magician? That's
figure yourself out of this one, Christopher.
Yeah, that's the question. I
think magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the quarter, Billy? Anyway.
Guys, I'm sorry it took a turn.
No, hey, what's fantastic? Owls.
Yeah.
I actually am obsessed with them. I'll tell you where that picture came from. I know I'm clearly this is why you're not Dick Cat. You let the guest take over the show. You wanted to end this thing 20 goddamn minutes ago.
I did.
I won't let you out. I have to finish this up in two beautiful ways. I'll tell you some owl stories.
Okay.
First off, where that photograph came from, because a lot of people are interested.
Yes. I've heard tale.
Well, dude, I was in southern France at a cocktail party that I should not have been at. I didn't know anybody. Everybody was really bougie, and I'm just not. And I'm contrary to what this is, I'm very shy in real life. If I don't know somebody or have a previous relationship, I don't want to throw myself out there because they might be Kevin Spacey. And so, in any case, I went out on this balcony and I was looking around. I was like, wow, it's beautiful. It's like sloping landscapes. And I turned to my left and there's this owl statue. And I was like, it was horrifying because I thought it was real for a second. And then I figured out it wasn't real. And I decided to take a selfie with the owl because I didn't have anything better to do at the cocktail party. It's a good looking owl. It is
a very nice looking owl.
My bet, I thought that some people might, when I send it to them, think like, oh, wow, that's a real owl. They don't.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
It's good to have hopes though.
For about 5 seconds, I had hope. It was a lot of wine. It was a rosé season, I believe. But what's so creepy about owls?
So you had a second owl story, I believe.
I got a lot in the hopper, but I'll tell you this one. Because, owls, I love owls actually because they're very peaceful. They're wizards, you know what I mean? They can turn all the way around. They're like, they're like nighttime guardians. You feel safe around your owls. You hear, whoo. But, I was watching Nature Channel and there was this cocoon, of a butterfly. And it was the middle of the night. And the narrator was just like, unfortunately, this butterfly was born too late at night. And it comes out of its cocoon and it's like, and it starts flapping its wings and all of a sudden an owl and grabs it and just destroys it. And it was in slow-mo. So it was just like.
Those are my favorite. Oh my gosh.
I was like it was born after dark, and so the owl got it. How was it supposed to know? It was just like, life's gonna be great. I'm not a caterpillar anymore. But I just love that. Unfortunately, this owl was born too late. The night owl strikes again.
Wow. That really puts a button on this. Like none of it.
Folks, you just mute me.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but anyway, I just want to say that I cannot.
Blow your staircase, Mr. Bass.
I can't wait until I get into a place where I can actually see you perform in front of real people, and not in this space that we're in right now. This tiny box. Actually, you know what? Here, I expanded a little bit there.
You can see the bottom of my.
Yes, you can. I always switch this whenever that happens. There we go. Inspire.
Inspire. Yes. Hey. What are you going to be inspired by tonight, Christopher?
I am going to be inspired by watching another episode of Gilmore Girls.
Love the gal.
This is what we're doing now. We do it every night. We watch episode after episode of Gilmore Girls.
You're binge watching Gilmore Girls?
We are.
Similar boat. My family just got Disney Plus and they sent me the login code, and so I have been rewatching Boy Meets World.
I haven't gotten into that. Next up for us is Scrubs. We're gonna watch Scrubs with the family.
Scrubs excellent.
And I've also put into the hopper New Girl, because that was one of my favorites for a little while.
Yeah.
So that's what we're watching next. But Gilmore Girls, we got to get through it. We're in season 5 now. I hear season 7 wasn't so great because they moved
Is
it to
Rory
CW,
in college yet?
Yes, she's in college. She's at Yale. Sorry, spoilers.
Oh, she doesn't. No, never mind.
No, I meant she's at
She's at Yale Road.
she's at Clemson. She's at Clemson. Go Tigers.
Rah rah.
Anyway, Matt, let me give you your night back and enjoy your Disney Plus account.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have some scotch actually, because you've inspired me.
I'm drinking Ardbeg. Maybe they could be your fellow sponsor.
I may drink Ardmore. I think that's maybe what I'll be
Ardmore?
drinking. Yes,
I like Ardbeg.
that sounds good.
It's good. It's peaty.
Yes. Very
Yes.
peaty.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So the exit is in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's back there.
That one.
That one right there. So
Okay.
I think your car is waiting. They yeah.
Yeah. Kevin, is that you?
Kevin. This is great. All right, guys. Say goodbye to Matt. I'm going to say goodbye to Matt. Thank you
Good
for
night,
coming,
everybody.
Matt. All right, bye.
Bye.
Stick around, Matt. I'll talk to you in a minute. But anyway, I have to put a button on this. I have to end it just so I can do my usual sitcom freeze. Come back tomorrow. David Poole will be on. We'll be talking about Collective Face. Wednesday, I have Cecilia Tranarango. I can't wait for that. And Thursday, this is a gentleman who I've just met. So I don't have his name in front of me right now, but he's an amazing musician. Come back Thursday, and I will tell you tomorrow who's on Thursday because I'll remember. But yes, and here it comes, folks. It's time for Sitcom Freeze. Here it is. Yeah.